So, in the previous couple of verses, we understood due to mutual cooperation between demigods and human beings, both can be happy. Okay? So, we have been trying to understand this section which talks about Karma Kanda to Karma Yoga. Okay? So, just a simple question to all devotees who missed last couple of sessions. Did you get a chance to go through the recording? Yes? No? No? Okay. It is important not to miss at least the recording, because then you will not be able to catch up the flow. And so it will be suboptimal, not optimal. So we discussed yoga ladder from animalistic propensity, how consciousness can be elevated to pure consciousness through different yoga processes, starting from Karma Kanda, which is not a yoga but precursor to Karma Yoga. When somebody from atheist he becomes theist, yani he starts showing some confidence, some faith in Supreme Lord's system, Vedas, and how he gradually comes to pure consciousness of serving the Supreme Lord himself. So there's a journey we discussed, very long journey, you know. But this journey can be shortened by whom? Remember? With whose mercy this long journey can be cut short. Anyone? Akant Prabhu, you remember?
In association of pure devotees.
Very
Prabhuji.
wonderful. So this entire, yes, Vinita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, control our senses.
Actually, association of devotees makes all the difference. Everything comes later, isn't it?
Chanting the Hare Krishna.
All this starts only after you start associating, isn't it? First you associate, and then you start everything. You know? We never started chanting unless we got in touch with devotees, isn't it?
Yes.
Our senses did not start coming in control unless we got in touch with devotees. So it's a beginning point, starting point. That's why, you know, in entire Srimad Bhagavatam, you'll be surprised. I'm sharing because then we should have the same quality of prayers, same prayers to Krishna whenever we are in front of him. All the devotees in Srimad Bhagavatam ask for only one thing. Whether it is Prahlad Maharaj, or it is Pruthu Maharaj, or Dhruv Maharaj, or Lord Shiva, or Muchkunda. Today I was hearing about Muchkunda. He's asking the same thing. What is that one thing they ask for? They aspire for association of devotees. Okay. If you don't remain in the association of devotees, forget about spiritual life. Just forget it. I'm sure some of you must have realized by now how important it is to be in the association of devotees always. Am I right? If I hope I'm not exaggerating by saying this. Some of you also have realized by now. Yes or no? I would like to ask Gaurav Prabhu. I'm sure he must have realized. Yes, Gaurav Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu. Not Prabhuji, not once, but multiple times probably that I've realized, because I started this journey back in 2012 probably, but then I've fallen hundreds of times probably. So it has always been because I've been traveling so much. That's the excuse I give myself. Probably that's not the reason, but I haven't been able to associate with devotees ever. And whenever I've stopped that, it's done, like, or taken it back in my chanting, in my reading, my listening.
Yes, so I'm sure all of us had the same experience. So who is our savior? Krishna or his devotees? His devotees. Okay, Krishna comes later. So the message is, always stay in touch with the association of devotees. Okay. So Krishna was talking about in the previous few verses that human beings should please demigods by performing various yajnas. Now it is for those people, mind you, who cannot understand Krishna or the Supreme Lord. Okay? We all are under the influence of three gunas: Tamoguna, Rajoguna, and Sattva-guna. In Tamoguna, Rajoguna, they cannot understand who is Krishna, who is Vishnu. They cannot understand. They cannot understand what is spiritual life. They only understand money is honey. They only understand family. They only understand friends. They only understand entertainment. They can't understand Krishna. Unless somebody reaches Sattva Guna, then he starts understanding what is right, what is wrong, what is spiritual life. So people who are in Rajoguna, Tamoguna, message is they can still reach Krishna indirectly through demigods. Because demigods are different limbs of Krishna, of Vishnu. Okay? In Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna showed his universal form to Arjuna, Virat form, आपने सुना होगा, है ना? What did Arjuna see in the Virat form? He saw all the demigods inside the body of Krishna. Okay, let me share a verse with you. This comes in 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 5th verse. Arjuna said, "My dear Lord Krishna, I see assembled in your body all the demigods and various living entities. I see Brahma sitting on the lotus flower, as well as I see Lord Shiva and other sages and divine serpents." So Arjuna saw practically everything inside the body of Krishna. So people who cannot understand Krishna, Krishna has made alternative route for them to reach him through demigods, through his agents. Okay. But Krishna tells later on in 12th chapter, people who are intelligent, they approach me directly. People who are less intelligent, they approach me through demigods. Because less intelligent people normally seek material benefits instantly, so they go to demigods. Okay. So if such people keep demigods happy, demigods will provide them all the necessary things for their survival. Okay. So it's a mutual cooperation. You please demigod and demigods please human beings. The system of yajna devised by Krishna himself. Now this business with demigods is like a customer and shopkeeper business. Remember this. There's a difference in terms of dealing with demigods and dealing with Krishna. What is the difference? When you go to a shopkeeper, you pay some price and you ask for ice cream, for example, shopkeeper will give you ice cream. Yes or no? He will not ask you, Baba, I hope you don't have fever. I hope your throat is not infected. This ice cream might spoil your throat further. I hope you're not sick. Yes or no? Did he ask? Will he ask? No, he'll not ask. So that kind of business we have with demigods. You perform this yajna, they will give you. But if you go to Krishna and ask for ice cream and Krishna sees that you're not well, he will not give you. He will not give you. Why? It's a father-son relationship, not shopkeeper and customer relationship. So that's the difference between dealing with Krishna and dealing with his, administrators of this universe called demigods. That's why they call demigods. You understand God and demigod? Demigod means who is lower than God. God is one and demigods are many, millions. Okay. Now suppose you go to a shop and pick up ice cream and don't pay for the ice cream. What will shopkeeper say? Yes, Omansha Mataji.
तुम
Sorry?
चोर हो और तुमने चोरी करी है, तुम चोर हो और इसका तुम्हें दंड भी मिलेगा कि तुमने बिना पैसे दिए चोरी करी है, तो डबल प्राइस भी शायद पे करनी पड़ सकती है।
तो पहला तो एक नया उपाधि मिलेगा चोर का, ठीक है, दूसरा दंड मिलेगा, करेक्ट? यस और नो? Similarly, we are taking so many things from demigods, these shopkeepers, but we are not paying anything, not performing any yajna which is supposed to be done, which is a law of this cosmic nature, this material nature. We're not paying. We may be very sophisticated, we may be general manager, we may be CEO, we may be big businessman, bank manager, architect, what all. But we all are thieves in the eyes of cosmic laws. We are stealing many things, but not paying. This is what is explained in today's verse number 11. So I would give you one exercise. Okay. The exercise is write down all the necessities of life. Not what you like, what you need for survival. Okay? Like mobile is not a need for survival, while water is a need for survival. Yes or no? So write down all the necessities which you need desperately, without which you can't survive. Make a list. Think about it and make a list. Quickly. And I'll again request to devotees who are hiding behind the curtain to please come in front. I feel very uncomfortable. Unless there's a genuine reason, I'm sure. Okay. When you're through, let me know. Puja Mata, you're not writing? Don't make a mental list. Please write it down on a piece of paper. Another 1 minute. Actually, we don't know. Otherwise, it might take full day to write this down. It shows our ignorance that we are finished with half a minute. That what all we are getting from demigods, which are necessities of life, isn't it? Isn't it? Just think about it. Okay, yes, Shivani Mataji, you raised your hand. Unmute yourself. Sorry, yes.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी।
Very good.
प्रभु जी मैंने जो लिखा है एयर वाटर एंड फूड, ये
Air,
तीन
water
चीजें हैं
and-
जो एंड फूड।
Air, water, and food. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you, Pooja Mataji. Okay, let me unmute everyone so they can unmute yourself. Just hold on.
According to me, I
Just
need to,
hold on. Yes, now please unmute and speak.
according to me, I need is basic good health and
Sorry?
good health and love.
Sorry, I couldn't hear Mataji.
Good health and love.
No, what we're getting from demigods. Switch over fan.
Demigods.
Yeah.
Demigods, we are looking for our materialistic desires.
Maybe you didn't
Like-
understand the question. My question is, what are the basic necessities we are getting from different demigods without which we cannot survive? Like Mataji said, water, air, and food. Yes, Akant Prabhu.
Knowledge.
Knowledge, okay. Akant Prabhu, thank you, Mataji. Unmute yourself.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Prabhu? Okay. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. So I also wrote air, water, food. Then I wrote three more things. One is clothes, home, and education/skill to survive. So that's what I think. That's the list.
How do demigods give you skill?
Skill, the skill to learn something, to do something. Like for example, Saraswati,
Okay.
gives us the skill of singing or the skill of
Understood.
painting.
Understood. Thank you. Okay. Anyone else? Praful Prabhuji?
प्रभु जी बेसिक नीड्स तो जो डेमिगोड से होती है, सिंपल लैंग्वेज में बोले तो रोटी, कपड़ा और मकान, फूड, शेल्टर एंड क्लोथ।
अच्छा, ठीक है। देखो, सबका ध्यान खाने पीने में ही है बस। नहीं, सबको कपड़ा, मकान और खाना चाहिए बस। Okay. So now let's understand this verse today. Okay. And then we'll talk about it, what you've written. Vishwas would want to say something. Yes, Prabhu. He'll say medicine. Dr. Vishwas will say medicine. Yes, Prabhu, boliye.
In context of demigods, oxygen from
We
Vayudev,
only can understand the value of oxygen, especially during Corona time. Yes.
then water and food, protection from disease and safety.
Okay.
So protection from disease we ask from Shiva, Mahamrityunjay mantra, and safety like from Hanumana.
Okay. Thank you. Vinita Mataji wants to say something. Yes, Mataji, go ahead. Vinita Shivhare Mataji.
I just thought that in these times we need a really high-speed Wi-Fi connection and devices also.
Vivol, Mataji is high tech. Can't survive without Wi-Fi connection. See? Thank you, Mataji. Everybody forgot sun. See, they are saying we have become so ignorant that we don't even know who is helping us. So ungrateful. Isn't it? We don't even know who is helping us. Okay, let's read this verse. Verse number 11. Devan bhavyatana deva bhavayantu va.
ठंडो डालो ठंडो.
राकेश प्रभु जी मल्टीटास्किंग कर रहे हैं आप? परस्परम भावयन्तः श्रेया परम अवपास्यथ. प्लीज रिसाइट आफ्टर मी. ये हमने कर लिया ना, सॉरी 12 नंबर वर्स, आई एम सॉरी, 11 वी हैव डन ऑलरेडी. इष्टान भोगान ही वो देवा दास्यन्ते यज्ञ भावितः तैर्दत्तान प्रदायभ्यो भुङ्क्ते तेन एव स. इष्टान भोगान ही वो देवा दास्यन्ते यज्ञ भावितः तैर्दत्तान अपरदायाभ्यो यो भुङ्क्ते तेन एव स. इष्टान भोगान ही वो देवा दास्यन्ते यज्ञ भाविता तैर्दत्तान प्रदायेभ्यो यो भुङ्क्ते तेन एव स. What by what meaning? Ishtan, desired. Bhogan, necessities of life. He, certainly. Va, unto you. Devaha, the demigods. Dasyante, will award. Yag bhavitaha, being satisfied by the performance of sacrifices. Te, by them. Dattan, things given. Apradaya, without offering. E bhaya, to these demigods. Yaha, he who. Bhunkte, enjoys. Tenaha, thief. Eva, certainly. Saha, he. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada जी के द्वारा प्रभुपाद की जय. In charge of various necessities of life is a very practical verse. Okay, so be very attentive. If you do multitasking, it's your loss because you will not be able to understand fully. In charge of the various necessities of life, the demigods, being satisfied by the performance of yajna or sacrifice, will supply all necessities to you. But he who enjoys such gifts without offering them to demigods in return is certainly a thief. See, as direct as thief. Please repeat after me. In charge of the various necessities of life, the demigods, being satisfied by the performance of yajna, or sacrifice, will supply all necessities to you. But he who enjoys such gifts without offering them to the demigods in return is certainly a thief. Purport. The demigods are authorized supplying agents on behalf of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vishnu. Therefore, they must be satisfied by the performance of prescribed yajnas. In the Vedas, there are different kinds of yajnas prescribed for different kinds of demigods. but all are ultimately offered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For one who cannot understand what the Personality of Godhead is, sacrifice to the demigods is recommended. Okay, that's the point I was making. You know, people who cannot understand Supreme Personality of Godhead, they are recommended to worship at least demigods. Okay, so that their spiritual journey at least starts. For people, especially in Tamoguna and Rajaguna. According to different material qualities of persons concerned, different types of yagyas are recommended in the Vedas. Worship of different demigods is also on the same basis, namely, according to different qualities. For example, the meat eaters are recommended to worship the goddess Kali, the ghastly form of material nature, and before the goddess, the sacrifice of animals is recommended. But for those who are in the mode of goodness or Sattva-guna, the transcendental worship of Vishnu is recommended. But ultimately, all yagyas are meant for gradual promotion to the transcendental position. For ordinary men, at least 5 yagyas known as Panch Maha Yagya are necessary. So later we'll read the balance part. So we were discussing we get sunlight. Now, what all we get from sun? How does sun help all of us? What all we get from sun? Leena Mataji?
Light, heat,
oxygen,
energy in general. Yeah.
Energy in general. Then
all the, I think
Indirectly
the
food.
vegetation and all, it happens.
बीच में मत बोलिए, please. Let one devotee speak, let him stop, then you speak, okay? Otherwise, you can't hear anyone. Yes, Mataji.
I think vegetation and all also helping in the clouds formation and all that process is sun
So
is helping.
sun is helping us in various ways. आपके कपड़े कौन सुखाता है? आपको विटामिन डी कौन देता है? विटामिन डी कहां से मिलता है? क्योंकि आजकल एसी कल्चर है, ऐसे सबका विटामिन डी कम हो गया. People don't know what is sun, what is sunlight. They're always in AC car or AC bungalow or AC office, isn't it? हवा से क्या मिलता है? ऑक्सीजन. विश्वास प्रभु जी, एक ऑक्सीजन सिलेंडर का कीमत कितना होता है, स्पेशली ड्यूरिंग कोरोना टाइम?
प्रभु जी डिपेंड्स की क्या साइज है.
अरे कोई तो बताओ.
यूजुअली 5-6 hours.
5-6
hours.
नहीं, what is the
oxygen cylinder?
What is the cost?
Prabhuji, it's very subjective, but roughly 700 rupees to 1000 rupees.
And this is enough for 5 hours, correct?
Yes.
So 700 to 5 hours, and Pradeep Prabhu is saying, I paid 1200. How can you 700? I'm sure different people paid different prices during Corona. The question is, you're paying 700, 1200 for 5 hours of oxygen. How much oxygen you have consumed naturally in your life so far? Have you ever done any counting? Have you ever paid for this? Are we not thieves? Krishna is saying himself. We think we are very noble people, we give so much of charity, and Krishna is saying, no, you all are thieves. You are stealing air, you are stealing my light, you are stealing my heat, you are stealing my water and not paying anything. फ्री में कुछ नहीं मिलता है. गंगा में जाते हैं, बॉटल भर के ले आते हैं, हमको लगता है फ्री में है. Isn't it? Nothing comes free. That is recorded as stealing if you're not offered anything to Ganga back. So every time we take a breath, we steal. Yes or no? We are big time stealer. Yes or no? So there are people who may be suffering behind bars, maybe for stealing once in lifetime. Yes or no? And we are roaming around scot-free, even for stealing every moment. But no one goes scot-free. We may not be paying the price now, we may have to pay the price next life. Nothing goes unrecorded in Krishna's books, isn't it? So we all are stealing big time, whether it is air or it is water or it is, even moon rays. Your juice in the fruits, vegetations comes through moon rays. Just imagine if there is no moon. Everything is pure in your house because of sunlight. जब सूर्य ग्रहण लगता है तो कहा जाता है कि उस समय हर चीज अशुद्ध हो जाती है. Yes or no? You have to throw everything. You can't eat anything if it is kept in your refrigerator during, Surya Grahan. Yes or no? So if there is Surya Grahan, everything is we have to throw, including ourselves. Just imagine the role of, Krishna or indirectly these demigods in our life, and we think everything is free. Secondly, suppose you hire a carpenter. Yes? You give him wood, you give him Fevicol, you give him nails, you give him all the instruments, and ask him to make a table chair for you. He comes, he makes table chair, and after he finishes his work, he thinks, I think my son also needs a table chair. He picks up table chair and goes away. What would you call him? What would you call him, Renu Mataji? What would you call him? He comes. I was taking another example yesterday. You hire a gardener. How many of you have a garden in your house? Pradeep Prabhuji, let me ask you. You hire a gardener. You give him land. You give him seeds. Give him water. Okay? You give him fertilizer. And then he simply sows the seed. And after 6 months, there are nice flowers and fruits. And then he takes everything and goes away. What will you call him?
Thief.
Thief. Thief. And when we say, this is my house, मेरे खून पसीने की कमाई है ना? Who gave all the ingredients? Who is giving you raw material, Pradeep Prabhu, for your business, for your chemicals?
God.
Correct? And we think these flowers belong to me, this fruit belong to me, this chair table belong to me. Who gives his body with which we perform karma and create all these things? Who gives his body? Who gives? Puja Mataji? Who gives his body? Krishna. He decides what body, which soul. So practically, what do we have to be proud of? To show proprietorship, to say this is mine. प्रकृते क्रियमाणानि गुणा कर्माणि सर्वशा। अहंकार क्या है? What is the verse I have forgotten? Ahankar Vimudātma. And this Ahankari Murk says that I am the doer. This is mine. This belongs. I have done it. And you tried so many times. Every time you could not do it, isn't it? We try so many times. Do we get result every time? No. So the bottom line is everything at our disposal is a mercy of Krishna. Nothing belongs to us. This is what Krishna is trying to emphasize. And the moment we say this is mine and we use it without performing sacrifices, performing yajna, in the eyes of cosmic laws, we become thieves. That is the message Krishna is giving in this verse. We become thief. Over and above this, what is the need? Prabhupada talked about Panch Mahayagna. Every day, without fail, we perform Panch Shuna, 5 types of sins every day. Without exception. Everyone performs these sinful activities. When you burn fire, you kill living entities. Yes? When you ground your flour, you kill. आप ग्राइंडिंग किया आपने, पहले घर पे ग्राइंडिंग करते थे, अभी तो बाहर करवाते हैं. During grinding, we kill many living entities. When we fetch water, we kill many living entities. When we wipe, you sweep your house, we kill many living entities. You cannot go scot-free and kill in, wholesale and say, I have not done anything, I am so noble person. I am such a nice person. See, I gave food to this person, I gave charity to this person. Yes, you will get some benefit out of that, but for the sins we have performed, we will get negative reaction also. Good karma and bad karma do not neutralize each other. For good karma, you will get good reaction. For bad karma, you will get bad reaction. So the 5 kinds of panchashuna, or 5 sinful activities, we perform every day without fail. And hence, Vedas recommend Panch Mahayagna to neutralize the impact of these 5 sinful activities. Panch Mahayagna. Okay, let me share words. So there are 5 debts the moment we are born. Okay, we become karjdar the moment we are born. The first debt is to our forefathers who give us this body in their family. We are debtors. Second is we are indebted to sages who provide us Vedic knowledge, scriptures. Third, we are indebted to demigods who provide us various necessities of life, like we discussed. Fourth, we are indebted to other human beings. In so many ways they help us. Yes or no? Somebody delivers milk to your house, somebody comes and cleans your house. You may be paying little bit of pennies. That is not sufficient in the cosmic laws. Somebody will show you some path. You have forgotten your path. Okay, you go this way. It's a service he has done to you. What have you given him back other than thank you? Isn't it? So like this, we get so many services from different human beings we are indebted to. And the 5th is we are indebted to all living entities. Like cow gives you milk. Who makes milk into curd? Who converts milk into curd?
Bacteria.
Bacteria. Did you pay anything for the service rendered by bacteria? Eh? Tell me other ways how different living entities help us, rendering service to us without our knowledge. कुत्ता आपके घर के बाहर खड़ा होकर भों करता है, gives you protection, isn't it?
Plant provides us food.
Sorry?
Plant provides us food. Trees provide us food.
So the different living entities helping us to survive. So there are 5 types of debts we are supposed to pay every day. Even Krishna, when he was in Dwarka, he demonstrated from his own example that every householder should perform these.
Munnu, kabhi dena?
These 5 Panch Mahayajna. Okay? And you see, once Narada went to visit Krishna in Dwarka, and Krishna was in different palaces with different queens, 16,108 queens. So Narada wanted to see what is Krishna doing in different palaces. Krishna was present in every palace. Okay, Krishna can do. That's why he could manage 16,000 wives. You can't manage, so don't try that. He could manage because he could expand himself in 16,000 palaces individually, and could make every wife happy. So when Narada went different places, he saw Krishna is acting like a normal householder. And in one of the palaces he saw, I'll just open that. It's in Krishna book, I think. Just hold on. In chapter 69. Maybe one of you can read. One of you can unmute and read. In one palace he found. Oh, Maksha Mata. Anyone, please read.
Okay. In one place, in one palace, he found Krishna offering oblations to the sacrificial fire and performing the ritualistic ceremonies of the Vedas as enjoined for householders. In another palace, he found Krishna performing the Pancha Yajna sacrifice, which is compulsory for a householder. This yajna is also known as Pancha Suna. Knowingly or unknowingly, everyone, especially the householder, commits 5 kinds of sinful activities. When we receive water from a water pitcher, we kill many germs that are in it. Similarly, when we are grinding machines or eat food, we kill many germs. When sweeping a floor or igniting a fire, we kill many germs. And when we walk on the street, we kill many ants and the other insects. Consciously or unconsciously, in all our different activities, we are killing. Therefore, it is incumbent upon every householder to perform the Pancha Suna sacrifice to rid himself of the reactions to such sinful activities.
Thank you, Mat. Thank you, Prabhuji.
My pleasure, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Okay. So every day we commit minimum 5 sinful activities. Compulsory. It is compulsory for a householder to perform this. How many were performing? Please tell me. Forget about performing. How many are aware of this? Anyone who's aware? Just see. We are, to what extent we are accumulating sinful reactions every day. So how to, pay back to these 5, or how to repay this debt? One is to demigods by performing yajnas, what we're discussing now, to forefathers by paying oblations or by performing shraddha ceremony, giving them, water, food and all that through shraddha ceremony. And third is to sages by studying these scriptures. So you pay your debt to sages by ensuring that you study these scriptures which they've given us. how do you pay to other human beings? By welcoming and serving uninvited guests at your house. Atithi. When you serve atithi, you pay this debt. Or by serving other human beings generally, normally. Okay? And how do you pay these living entities? By giving them water, food. You see different people give water to, birds. They give some food to birds, to dogs, to cow. Isn't it? Every householder should do that. In Vedic Sanskriti, a householder will cook food and will go and outside on the street and shout, "Is there anyone who is hungry?" He'll ask. So if you're hungry, he'll bring that hungry person into his house, feed him, and then honor prasad. Then have his food. This is Indian Sanskriti, Indian Sabhyata, Vedic Sabhyata. You feed some hungry person before you eat. Krishna becomes very angry. Krishna talks about this in Bhagavatam. When you differentiate or what does he say exactly? He says, if one differentiates based on one's stomach, Krishna will never forgive. It means my stomach is more important than my maid's stomach. So I should feed my stomach fully. And if something is left out, I should give it to the maid. This differentiation based on body, Krishna hates it. What is expectation of Krishna? First you feed the maid who is hungry. And then you honor prasad. That's why you repay this debt, to the different services, rendered to you in different ways. So anyone comes to your house should not go hungry. These are opportunities to repay this debt. Especially uninvited guests, atithi, jo bina tithi ke aata hai. Actually, earlier times, people used to become very happy seeing uninvited guests. Why? Because an opportunity to repay for different services other people have rendered. And in the current modern times, stay away, beware of dog. Yeah, outside, what do we display? Beware of dogs. Don't come inside. And any uninvited guest comes, before he enters, he asks him, when is the return ticket? Kab ja rahe hain wapas? Isn't it? So the entire Vedic culture has got messed up in so-called modern civilization. And hence we are accumulating sins in wholesale. Not in retail, wholesale. We are accumulating. Unknowingly, maybe knowingly also sometimes. So Krishna's system is such, if you don't try to go back from this word, you are messed up. I'm sorry to use such hard words. That is a reality. Messed up. Completely entangled in the meshes of material nature. You just can't. More you try to come out materially, more you're messed up. The only and only option is to take shelter of Krishna. Krishna says, Devi hi esha gunamai mama maya duratya. This goddess of Kali or Durga, whom we call sometimes Maya, Devi hi esha gunamai. Maya controls every living entity through three gunas. Rajoguna, Tamoguna, Satoguna. Correct? Devi esha gunamai mama maya duratya. Duratya ka arth pataiye Leena Mataji ढूंढ के. Duratya means like pakad ke dhoegi. Duratya, very dangerous. Krishna is trying to tell. Devi Esha Gunamai Mama Maya Duratya Mame Yo Prapadante Maya Metam Tarante. But who surrenders her to me, he can cross over this ocean very, very easily. Why Krishna made system like this? Because Krishna wants all of us to go back and have a blissful life, not struggle in this real life. Anyone who wants to simply enjoy materially, he is messed up. His life is messed up, big time. May not be this life, but next life, next life. So unknowingly, because we don't carry out these obligations as given in the Shastras, we are accumulating sins every day, every moment. Not every day, every moment. Yes, Leena Mataji? Yes?
It's saying incorrigible.
Huh?
It's saying the meaning incorrigible. Unremediable.
Khatarnak, Maya badi khatarnak. We should not underestimate. Okay, we can win over only by surrendering to Krishna. Now, then Prabhupada talks about subsequently, now can we please all the demigods? You tell me. Sometimes we say 33 crores demigods. Somebody is giving us Vayu, somebody is giving us heat, somebody is giving us water, somebody. Can we please and perform yajna for all demigods? Is it practically possible? Even if you try to please one demigod a day, how many demigods you can please in one lifetime? Not all. Isn't it? Even if you try to please one demigod in a day, okay, today Surya Dev, tomorrow Moon, day of tomorrow, Chandrama, uske baad Vayu, uske baad Varun, and then you keep pleasing demigods every day, one demigod. Throughout lifetime, you cannot cover all demigods. That's why Krishna said, this is the, not intelligent people will approach me through demigods. Then Krishna gives alternative, which we can perform very easily. Krate yat dhyayato Vishnu, tretayam yajato makhaye, dwapare paricharyayam kalo tad hari kirtanat. Krishna talks about yajna for all the 4 yugas. For Satya Yuga, it is meditation, dhyan. For Treta Yuga, it is performing actual yajna, swaha. In Dwapar Yuga, by performing very opulent deity worship. And Kali Yuga, kalo tad hari kirtanat. Simply by chanting of the holy name, you get rid of all these debts. Can you expect anything better than this? Now you can imagine what a gift we have received from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, from Srila Prabhupada, that simply by chanting of the holy name, we can get rid of all these debts. That's why Bhagavatam says, Yagne Sankirtane Praye Ijanti Hi Sumedasha. The most intelligent person will perform Sankirtan. The most intelligent. He knows simply by chanting the holy name, I don't need to perform Panch Mahayagya to take care of my sins which I am not aware of, but I am committing. Do you understand the value of chanting the holy name? Now, at least.
They passed the gates and when they arrived at the certain place, they are there. But mistake the appearance of great sages as just little boys.
Once in Hyderabad, there was no rain for a long time. And Prabhupada went with his disciples. He had a Pandal program. He did Pandal program, his big program, performed huge, intense kirtan. And the day they were leaving, it rained. It rained. Why? Yajna of Kali Yuga was performed. And demigods reciprocated. Indra reciprocated immediately. Please read this, Gaurav Prabhu. Sankirtana is bringing rain.
My Pandal was organized for things.
आपका साउंड सिस्टम ठीक नहीं है प्रभु जी, साउंड इज नॉट प्रॉपर.
Better now, Prabhuji?
हाँ बोले.
Anand Maya Das, this Pandal was organized for Srila Prabhupada after the Vrindavan meetings, where Srila Prabhupada spoke on Nectar of Devotion in the Rupa Goswami's Samadhi. So immediately afterwards, we came to Hyderabad. This place was exhibition grounds in the center of the Hyderabad city. And for about 10 days, Prabhupada gave lectures morning and evening. These deities are Radha Madhava that came from Calcutta. That must be in the morning sessions, starting by Kirtan. So there was quite a good number of devotees, maybe at least 50. It was very successful. That was the most successful program of Srila Prabhupada in Hyderabad. Every day, not less than 5,000, sometimes 10,000 used to come, especially in the evenings. And morning, 1,000 or 2,000. It was the beginning of a mission in Hyderabad. And all the most important people attended as chief guests. There was a committee of some of the most important businessmen, so they were very impressed by this program. One gentleman, Mr. G. Pulla Reddy, was having a sweet shop in Hyderabad. He came forward to donate a piece of land measuring about 950 square yards in the center of the city. And now ISKCON Hyderabad is situated there. At that time in Hyderabad, there had not been any rain for at least 1 year. In the last monsoon, there was no rain. But during a program there in the last 2 or 3 days, the rain started, and Prabhupada mentioned this is due to a Kirtan. It also came in newspapers that this Sankirtan is bringing rain.
So this is the real yagya or yagna for this age, right? It's practically difficult for us to perform Panch Mahayagya every day, isn't it? Practically difficult. So let's not, accumulate more sins now that we know what we are doing, and become very sensitive or be serious about chanting the holy name. Okay? It is no more a choice, it is a necessity. Always remember, it is a necessity to chant the holy name. More you chant, more protected you are. More you chant, more protected we are. Okay, I'll read further this purport and finish it. One should know, however, that all the necessities of life that the human society requires are supplied by demigod agents of the Lord. No one can manufacture anything. Take, for example, all eatables of human society. These eatables include grains, fruits, vegetables, milk, sugar, etc. for the persons in the mode of goodness, and also eatables for the non-vegetarians like meats, none of which can be manufactured by men. Then again, take, for example, heat, light, water, air, etc., which also are necessities of life. None of them can be manufactured by human society. Without the Supreme Lord, there can be no profuse sunlight, moonlight, rainfall, breeze, etc., without which no one can live. Obviously, our life is dependent on supplies from the Lord. Even for our manufacturing enterprises, we require so many raw materials like metal, sulfur, mercury, manganese, and so many essentials, all of which are supplied by the agents of the Lord, with the purpose that we should make proper use of them to keep ourselves fit and healthy for the purpose of realization, leading to ultimate goal of life, namely liberation from the material struggle for existence. The aim of life is attained by performance of yajna. If we forget the purpose of human life and simply take supplies from the agents of Lord for sense gratification and become more and more entangled in material existence, which is not the purpose of creation, certainly we become thieves, and therefore we are punished by the laws of material nature. A society of thieves. We are a society of thieves. A society of thieves can never be happy because they have no aim in life. The gross materialist thieves have no ultimate goal of life. They are simply directed to sense gratification. Nor do they have knowledge of how to perform yajna. Lord Chaitanya, however, inaugurated the easiest performance of yajna, namely the Sankirtan yajna, which can be performed by anybody in the world who accepts the principles of Krishna consciousness. Hare Krishna. So we have only 30 minutes left, so I will not start next verse, which is also very, very important. So 15 minutes we should have discussion, meaningful discussion.